Hey collective, it's Anne Marie. Happy wacky what it do Wednesday. Yay! We're almost done. I hope all of you are doing well. I thought we'd pull some cards and get some messages of clarity for those who would like it. So, let's embrace our shadow. We love the shadow. We love the darkness. How can we determine that we are the light until we've spent multiple years, for some of us, our whole life, in the darkness, navigating our way, finding peace and solitude within the shadows, and recognizing that we can use everything that's in the shadow, everything that was sent to us to make us afraid, to make us dig deeper into the ground so we would hide ourselves in fear, feeling that we are lack, feeling that we are less than. That time created a monster out of you, didn't it? In a good way. So let's embrace our shadows. Thank you to my high vibrating ancestors, spirit guides, divine being, source of light energy. Can we please get some messages of clarity for the collective, for those who would like it? What do we need to embrace our shadows, spirit? Ooh. Well, obviously we have a lot to embrace here. I can't remember, was that one flipped up or not? Ooh. Okay. Take what resonates and leave the rest. All my messages are with love and pure intention of healing. Let's get my nerves. Okay. So, we have a lot going on here. There's unexpressed grief from trauma. There's a weight of your trauma. There's, along with the unexpressed grief, there's also scars of betrayal. You've been betrayed a lot. This betrayal is possibly attached to some abandonment wounds. So let's get into the cards. The weight of trauma. Stored trauma can create tension, fatigue, and pain. Healing requires releasing and ignoring. It's true. I got her tapping into her third eye. It's almost her heart chakra as well. The target is on your heart because there's some unexpressed grief. Suppressed sorrow manifests in unexpected ways. Again, we're talking about trauma, and unexpressed grief creating this suppressed sorrow and how it manifests. So it manifests in unexpected ways. So it's time to allow yourself to mourn fully. Right? Again, I like this. This guy, his third eye is activated. So we have a male and a female here, both their third eye activation. This may be about a connection as well. Both of you are divine masculine, maybe working through unexpressed grief that he's had in the past. And take what resonates. This could be male, female, whatever. And then the female, the divine feminine, is feeling the weight of her trauma. Both of these, the unexpressed grief and the trauma, whatever this other trauma is causing these scars in one. So this is the betrayal scars. Forgiveness is not about condoning. It's about releasing yourself from the burden of pain. Do you keep picking at the scars of your trauma that you've already healed from? This is a love reading, a connection. I just got the picture. Okay, let's get to the next card. So, abandonment's echo. Recognize where feelings of rejection stem from. Trust that you are never truly alone. So, as I was saying just a few moments ago, one of the divine feminine, divine masculine, both divine masculines, whatever this connection is, it's gender fluid here, and it could be same sex. So take what resonates, leave the rest. One party is dealing with a lot of grief they've had throughout their life, and they have suppressed it. The other counterpart has been dealing with the weight of their trauma and has been recognizing. They've both been healing, okay? They've both been healing in their separate ways. You don't know this person, by the way, already, so this may resonate. You may know of them, but this is not someone you've dated or had you've not had intercourse with them, okay? This trauma that this other person's been dealing with, they both have been doing this along the same lines, not realizing it. They're different things that they're healing from, but they both have these scars of betrayal. So this unrepressed grief, maybe this, if it's the masculine, is dealing with the grief that came from all the betrayals in his life. The divine feminine as well has dealt with this as well, the betrayal scars. So they've both been dealing with both these issues. Hers is more or less the trauma of the betrayal. His is the grief of the betrayal. Again, take what resonates. And what's going to happen is when these two come together in a healed version, they're both have done enough healing work where they can come into union. What's going to happen is some abandonment issues are going to echo. They're going to come up, right? The abandonment wound, it's not really triggered, but the abandonment wound may come to the surface for each one of these, right? So some of the unexpressed grief may come from abandonment as well. Same with the weight of the trauma. The trauma may also be based from the abandonment wound, right? But regardless, both of these individuals have done enough work. When they come into union, these issues, the abandonment wound, will come up to the surface. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. When this wound comes up, though, because each one of these people have done their healing work, they are going to be able to recognize that it is a scar that they've already healed from, and that this current situation has nothing to do with past connections, past family, community groups, or whatever it is where the trauma, resides, right? Or where it stemmed from, the root of it. So they're going to be able to recognize this. Wow. So what do we need to know? Spirit, show me. Okay, so they're both going to recognize it. They're going to echo and mirror each other. But because both of you have done the healing work, you're going to be able to recognize, oh, this is an old wound that's popping up. And you're going to come together in union and find a new and improved way for couples or people in connections to deal with abandonment wounds when they come up in relationships. Does that make sense? That's what Spirit has shown me. It's a very slow, subtle message I'm getting. Usually when I get downloads, it's like bam, 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 bam. But Spirit is bringing it to me like I'm seeing a river, ocean waves. Not ocean waves crashing. No, it's going to crash when you meet this person because it's going to be unbelievable. But it's like a flowing message and ease. Like, I keep saying like, what is this, Spirit? The message is very, wow, at ease, peaceful. What is it about this divine union or this connection? There's going to be bumps in the road, but it's like you both recognize that this is, you've survived worse, and which is interesting because look, there's an ocean with crashing waves. Just recognize that. Yeah. You realized this message is slow and steady here. You coming into the union, you're both going to recognize that when things are brought to the surface, when each other, because we mirror each other, when something's mirrored back to you and you mirror things to this person, you're both are going to recognize, like, you know what, this isn't our past, these aren't our past situations, our past pains, our past hurts, right? And I just heard like people laughing like this, well, we've survived worse. Like when coming across like bumpy waters, nothing major, like in your connection. When you first get to know someone, you got the honeymoon phase, but once you really start to slowly fit into each other's lives, because this is it's not slow moving, but it's a very easy moving energy. Like you're not going to have to work for it. Like it's almost like I'm seeing like these piecewise puzzles as they go into click together. The lines that define each puzzle piece are going to disappear, and the pieces are just going to enmesh with each other. Not in a toxic way of enmeshment. This is an interesting